Now we have two people come out saying that Diddy was talking to the feds.
He might have been cooperative in some way, shape, or form. You don't get away with human trafficking unless you give up John Gotti or something like that, and that's not what happened here. I can tell you, Jesse, that this investigation's been going on for a long time, very closely held by HSI, so much so that even some of the agents on the raid a week ago today didn't know whose house they were raiding until they got there. That's how closely held this investigation.
Wow, because there could have been a tip.
Absolutely.
Diddy's trial is fast approaching, and the pressure is clearly getting to him. In a shocking move, he has started naming all his white associates who allegedly helped him cover up his activities for years, and the list is jaw-dropping. While people have speculated about Jay-Z, Young Miami, Jennifer Lopez, and others being involved, the new names he's revealing have taken everyone by surprise. Word on the street is that Diddy has even more names to expose and has no intention of going down alone. He's reportedly dragging everyone connected to the case right along with him. Things have gotten so serious that his lawyer, Anthony Ricco, has stepped away from the case after learning new disturbing details about what Diddy is accused of. What makes this even wilder is that Ricco, the same lawyer who once defended Osama bin Laden, had no issue taking on controversial cases in the past. Yet he still chose to distance himself from Diddy, which suggests this case might be even worse than people think. While Ricco didn't disclose the exact reasons for his departure, he strongly implied that he hadn't been aware of the full extent of what was going on. Before joining Diddy's defense team, Anthony Ricco may not have known the full extent of his alleged crimes. However, after months of working on the case and uncovering all the details, he realized this was far bigger than anything he had ever dealt with. In his motion to withdraw from the case, Ricco stated, "Under no circumstances can I continue to effectively serve as counsel for Sean Combs. It is respectfully but regrettably requested that the court grant the relief requested. There are sufficient reasons for asking to be let off the case." Meanwhile, journalist Mara S. Campo had been investigating Diddy long before law enforcement caught on. She had exposed shocking details about what went on at his parties, but many people dismissed her claims. She reported that women were laid out with food placed on their bodies, serving as human platters for high-profile guests who casually picked at the offerings. These weren't just ordinary partygoers. They were powerful individuals in influential positions, all engaging in bizarre and unsettling activities. When Diddy was arrested, the police confirmed some of these disturbing details. In the official indictment, which was released just hours after he was taken into custody. According to the indictment, he was involved in Diddy's indictment details shocking allegations about his so-called freak-offs, a term he reportedly used to describe group activities with his associates. These events lasted for days, during which he recorded videos of the encounters, and even sent them to participants. The indictment further alleges that these sessions were so physically exhausting for both him and his victims, whom he forced to ingest drugs, that IV fluids were often needed for recovery. But Diddy's associates weren't just partaking in these freak-offs, they were also allegedly involved in trafficking escorts to these events. These associates weren't ordinary individuals. They included high-profile celebrities and even figures in political positions. According to the indictment, Combs relied on employees, resources, and the influence of his vast business empire to lead and control a criminal enterprise, whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. And if that wasn't shocking enough, authorities discovered an alarming amount of evidence in his properties, over 1,000 bottles of baby oil lubricant and multiple firearms, including 3 AR-style rifles with drum-style magazines. Even, law enforcement admitted they were stunned by the level of planning and attention to detail involved in Diddy's operations. Authorities revealed that Diddy's associates played a major role in orchestrating these so-called freak-offs. According to investigators, Diddy's security team, hotel staff, and personal assistants weren't just bystanders, they were actively involved in making sure everything ran smoothly. Their tasks allegedly included stocking up on lubricant, procuring baby oil, extra linens, specialized lighting, and even handling hotel bookings and travel arrangements. With such a well-organized System in place, it's no surprise they managed to get away with it for so long. What's even more shocking is that seasoned investigators, who have handled countless similar cases, were still caught off guard by the sheer scale and depravity of Diddy's alleged operations. That alone speaks volumes about just how twisted the situation truly was. But things took an even wilder turn when photos from one of these infamous freak-offs leaked. For years, there had been rumors, but this was the first time actual visual evidence surfaced, and it exposed some of Diddy's white associates, including several high-profile celebrities. Before this leak, people had speculated about who might have been involved, but now, the images confirmed what many feared. The guest list reportedly included some of the biggest names in entertainment and politics: Kim Kardashian, Paris Hilton, Chris Brown, Leonardo DiCaprio, the late Aretha Franklin, Barack Obama, Donald Trump, Prince Harry, and even the Christmas Queen herself, Mariah Carey. And that's just the beginning. The list keeps growing. Judging by the photos, the event seemed like an ordinary party at first, taking place during the day. But as the night went on, things took a much darker turn. At first glance, the daytime photos from Diddy's party seemed harmless. Everyone was fully dressed, enjoying themselves and having a good time. But the images from later that night told a completely different story, revealing the stark contrast between the two sides of Diddy's infamous gatherings. If you didn't leave early, chances were you'd either end up caught in one of his freak-offs or too intoxicated to comprehend what was happening around you. One particularly disturbing photo showed Diddy pouring champagne on two escorts as they touched themselves seductively. It's believed these women were among those he illegally trafficked into the United States specifically for these encounters. Another image captured a member of Diddy's entourage in a pool with two escorts, engaging in intimate acts while surrounded by partygoers. And those were just the tame examples. More graphic photos and videos exist, but they are too explicit to share. The biggest issue isn't just the nature of these parties, it's the fact that many of the women involved were not there willingly, as confirmed by Diddy's indictment. This is what makes the case so serious. As for the identities of Diddy's associates, rumors suggest that he has cut a deal with federal authorities in exchange for a lighter sentence. In return, he has allegedly provided the names of other high-profile individuals involved. However, those names have yet to be made public, as investigators are still working to build a solid case against them. Before making a move, authorities are ensuring they gather enough evidence against Diddy's associates, using the same method they employed in his own case. The feds had been watching Diddy for a while, but didn't step in until they had airtight proof. That's why we can be certain they're working overtime to build their case before making any arrests. Even after posting a staggering $50 million bail, Diddy still wasn't able to secure his release, proving just how serious the charges against him are. Now he has no one to blame but himself for the mess he's in. One person commented, "My guess is that the government realized Diddy is connected to some powerful names, so they'll either close the case quickly or ensure he goes to jail. Sounds familiar?" Another added, "Game over. The feds are always rock solid and extremely patient. When they show up, you're done." But now, I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think about Diddy allegedly snitching on his white associates? Do you believe there's any way he can still get out of this? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to check out this other messy video.